The 1920s were an era of unmatched prosperity in America. The streets of Wall Street were filled with hope, and the stock market boomed. Everyone believed the good times would never end. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming in the foundation of this prosperity. On October 29, 1929, the unthinkable happened. Black Tuesday. The stock market crashed, erasing billions of dollars in wealth. Investors who once believed they were invincible watched as their fortunes vanished before their eyes. The dream of endless wealth shattered in an instant. The crash triggered a cascade of failures. Banks collapsed, people lost their life savings, and businesses shuttered. By 1932, unemployment hit an all-time high, with 1 in 4 Americans out of work. The land that once promised prosperity now seemed a harsh wasteland of despair. The Depression wasn't just an economic collapse, it was a human crisis. Families lost their homes and their hopes. Long lines at soup kitchens became a daily reality. For the first time, millions of Americans faced a future where survival was a struggle, not a certainty. As if the economic collapse wasn't enough, nature dealt a devastating blow. The Dust Bowl turned fertile farmlands into lifeless deserts. With no crops to harvest, farmers were forced to abandon their land, adding to the thousands already desperate for work. Desperate to escape the ruin of their farms, families journeyed west to California, hoping for a better life. But the promise of opportunity was elusive. In every town, there were more people like them, out of work, out of hope, fighting for the same scarce resources. As hunger and desperation grew, crime surged. Bank robbers like Bonnie and Clyde became symbols of the nation's anger. Across the country, workers organized strikes and protests, demanding the right to survive. The fabric of society was unraveling, and no one seemed to have the answers. In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt took office and promised a New Deal. His administration introduced sweeping reforms, creating jobs, rebuilding infrastructure, and offering social safety nets. Slowly, hope returned to a nation that had nearly given up. Yet the scars of the Great Depression would remain for years to come. Though the Great Depression officially ended with World War II, its impact would be felt for generations. The nation had learned hard lessons about economic fragility and the importance of government intervention. The question now was, could America ever face such a crisis again? The Great Depression was a defining moment in American history. It tested the nation's resolve, reshaped its economy, and changed its future. The question remains, in the face of today's challenges, can we draw lessons from the past and build a better future? Discover the true story of the Great Depression, a time when millions struggled to survive in the face of economic collapse. From the stock market crash of 1929 to the rise of the New Deal, this video dives deep into the hardships faced by families, the rise of poverty, the Dust Bowl, and the dramatic social changes that shaped America's recovery. Watch as we explore the history behind one of the darkest chapters in modern history and its lasting impact on the world. The story of the Great Depression is one of survival, sacrifice, and rebuilding. As we face our own economic struggles today, we must ask, what kind of future do we want to create? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to like and follow for more historical insights.